Having a time machine, start all over again with the knowledge from today, going back 5 years in time and start your business again. Today I grant you this wish. My name is Paul, I'm a full-time freelancer. I earn my living with my Lumix S1H, with my Lumix S5. I am a 100% freelancer since 2 years, and today you can learn from my mistakes in the beginning, and I tell you what would I change in the beginning, and you can learn today from this video a lot, I think. If you don't know me, my name is Paul, I'm a German videographer and I make my living with the Lumix S1H, with the Lumix S5. I'm now over 2 years a full-time freelancer, and I actually started my business. I registered online in 2018, and even before that I started to make videos and everything. The first thing I also did back then was creating a nice website. I was the guy that had the website even before I registered my business, because I think a good website is key for a successful business. In my world, is it ultra necessary to have a nice looking website, not a website that has on the top like Squarespace, Wix or WordPress or whatever. I would purchase this maybe 3 or 4 euro per month to get rid of this WordPress blah blah blah, Wix blah blah blah, or Storyblocks blah blah blah. That doesn't look so professional, and your clients see immediately, well, this guy cannot afford 3 to 4 euro per month to get rid of this little advertising. Come on, I cannot take this serious. So maybe do this first and then make a nice little website. That's like a thing. The next thing I would do is I would film some commercials, even some fake commercials. You know, why should people book you? Maybe you have some nice vacation videos or some nice portraits of your friends. That's all nice and easy, but in my experience, is it better to have some videos from some companies, some corporate videos, some corporate interview stuff. But how to get to these clients when you don't have these clients yet? I would suggest then maybe once for free for the experience, that you go to a little business when your friends have a little business, a little car shop or whatever, and do your best and make a nice commercial for them and some nice interviews, or fake this. You can make a mockumentary or a fake interview about something. Maybe interview your friend about their hobbies. Maybe your friend has a certain video game he likes or some hobby. I don't know, I don't care what it is, but as long as you make a nice interview setup, you can interview anyone. Or you can, for instance, make a nice shoe commercial when you purchase, on some point in your life, you will purchase some nice new looking shoes, and you can make a shoe commercial with your brand new shoes. You can make some product pictures with shoes, you can make a little commercial with these shoes, or even fake a clothing brand fashion commercial, because the only thing you need is some person in front of the camera and some clothing, and then you can fake a little commercial, not to be the faker, to only show your future client, well, that's what I'm capable of. If you're then capable of making a nice video in this and this style, your client probably want a nice video in this and this style, because they tend to like then your style, hopefully, and then you make some money. You can, for instance, if you want to film a video for a restaurant, before I would go to this restaurant and ask this restaurant owner, can I film a video for you for free? You can order some food or make your food by yourself in your own kitchen and try to film a cinematic video from this food or preparation of the food. And then you can go with this video to the little restaurant. You can even be honest and say, you know, I never worked for a restaurant. I give you a nice 500 euro discount here. Video cost only 500 euro instead of 1000 euro. Let us make a little video here. And the restaurant owner already sees what you can do. That's the technique I would use then. A 24 to 70mm lens is in the beginning everything you need. There's also from Lumix a nice lens, a 24 to 105mm lens for like 1,100 euro or something. That's a very good lens. In the beginning, that's all you need. I wouldn't go for a prime lens in the beginning, because that can cause a lot of problems, especially in tight rooms. You then need some more reach, you then need a wide focal length and everything. I would go for a standard zoom lens in the beginning. A good standard zoom lens, like 24 to 70mm S Pro if you can afford. And then after this, when you want to start making videos, I would of course go for an ND filter and some microphone. I would go for a variable ND filter. I use from the company Urt some ND filters. They're very good in my opinion. And till this day, I use for an on-camera microphone the cheap 89 euro Rode VideoMic Go. The microphone without the batteries that you only plug in the camera. For me was this in the beginning for a lot of years well enough. Then I purchased Rode wireless system, Rode Pro, etc. And this is everything you need in the beginning for making videos. Of course, when you spend all your money on a nice camera and some lens, you can do some nice portraits for 100, 150 euro, make some money and purchase some better microphone. Tripod in the beginning, nobody cares what kind of tripod you have. You don't need the Sachtler Flowtech with the ACE XL head for like 1,400 euros. You don't need this in the beginning. That's purchase some tripod. Some tripod is better than non-tripod. In terms of gimbal, I know a lot of people from the YouTube world want to purchase a gimbal in the beginning. Everyone wants to have nice battery smooth motion, and in my world is a gimbal not so ultra necessary. I did it myself. I purchased in the beginning the Ronin S for like 500 something euro. I didn't use it so much. I didn't use it so often. I didn't become this guy that films everything with a gimbal. A gimbal will not make you a better filmmaker. The opposite is the case. If you don't master the gimbal, the ninja walk and all the movements, a gimbal will make your life quite harder. So I would go in the beginning for a good camera, a very nice lens, ND filter, microphone, that's it. A tripod if you have some spare money, that's all you need in the beginning, honestly. Later in life I purchased, of course, a light setup. I purchased a 150 euro light setup from Amazon, a very cheap light setup. A very light setup, but that only brings you so far. Later you can purchase more expensive light, but you can also rent some lights in the beginning and stuff. So don't go over with your equipment, better learn slowly with your equipment, because when you purchase in the beginning everything in pro level, but you are not pro, it's like I would purchase now like a race car, but I don't even have a driver's license, you know. You will not be Sebastian Vettel from the Formel 1 if you buy the same car as Sebastian Vettel. Obviously is he better, or you will not play piano like Mozart only because you have the same piano like Mozart, you know. That's a little bit skill and knowledge involved in all these things, you know. How to market yourself then in the beginning? I mean, you purchase now a little bit gear, you have even maybe a little website. How would I advertise myself? I tried in the beginning to look ultra professional. I wanted to be this guy that looks like already like a big company, and I had even some people I know that made some behind the scenes pictures on some nice shoots they were, where they were like a set runner or a little helping guy, and they advertise it, and would it be their own set, and would they be, I have a production with like 30 people because I'm a big company, and that's completely insane in the beginning, because when then people think, oh, well, that's a very good big company, and you try then to make a very big good looking video for them, and then you arrive there with your little camera and your little microphone, and then they think, well, what the hell is this? And the video will obviously not look as good as this set with like 10 people or something. That's completely the opposite way. I would advertise myself as the beginner. I would say to my client, you know what? I'm in the beginning state. I want to use this video as my own reference. I want to learn something. I want to start out. That's why I give you a nice discount. You have in your head already that you want maybe, let's say, 750 euro for a video, for a little bit shooting and making a little 30-second ad. You want like 750 euro. You tell your client, normally it costs like 1,000 euro to book me, but I want to make a new reference for my website. I want to build a new portfolio. I give you a nice 25% discount. I make it for 750 euro, and the client will be happy. Usually the client will think, well, he makes a very good deal. You get your price that you wanted anyway, and you can even advertise yourself in a different way. Even when you have no clients at all, you can go to a client and tell him, well, let's make a video together. If you like the video, you pay me. You make a video. If you don't like it, then you don't pay me, but you also then not receive the video, because obviously you will not like it. That's a very safe way to earn some portfolio and some money in the beginning, because clients then will not pay what they don't like, but they are very happy to pay what they have seen and what they already liked. So that's like a safe thing. That's not a thing I do now anymore, but in the beginning I did this, and it was very good tactic for me. And also in music video, when you go to a music video client and say, hey, I want to make my first music video with you, I do it for a very, very good price, then people will say happily, yes, of course, I don't need high expensive ultra gear cameraman with like 6K camera and stuff. They don't need it in the beginning. So you don't need this in the beginning. So look for clients that are in the same status as you, especially when you make the first little advertising video for a little restaurant or a barber shop or whatever. They don't have high expectations. They didn't book the expensive videographer before. So you are the right guy for them. So you purchased now some gear, you have your first camera, ND filter, microphone, a little tripod and everything, but then you have your first nice job. What else can you do to improve yourself? In the beginning, I rented once a red Komodo camera. I wanted to feel once like Michael Bay, and I rented for like 250 euro per day, or was it like almost 300 euro per day, a red Komodo camera for a nice client. I told him, you only pay the gear I use, so I rent a nice big ass cinema camera, and we make a nice looking video, a truly cinematic video with a camera that is being used in cinema from like Michael Bay. And I was like super proud to have 2 days the exact same camera. I rented it 2 days because the first day I tested the camera, I got familiar with the camera, with all the settings, how the image looks, etc. And then the next day I filmed this client. I did it to have a very nice, good looking video in my portfolio. I wanted to be better as I am. I had back then only the GH5 with the 12 to 60 Leica version, a little tripod, and that was it. I had only this camera, this lens, gimbal, of course ND filters and stuff, but that was it. And I wanted to have a very, very cinematic, good looking video, so I made a little short film, and that was my first really cool project. You will not purchase in the beginning like these light tubes. You need sometimes these RGB light tubes. Aperture Titans or Nanlite Forza blah 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 light tubes RGB stuff. You don't purchase this in the beginning because it's expensive, but you rent it for this specific shoot, or a lens for this and this specific shoot. That's the thing you can do. A little bonus tip I can give you is make videos that you are good at. Maybe music videos. For instance, for music videos, you never need a wide open aperture lens. For music videos, you need a wide angle lens, like a GoPro fisheye camera. You can make videos with a GoPro with a fisheye camera, and people will be happy. Fast camera movements, shaky images, and like cool transitions or some effects, whatsoever effects, glitch transition or whatever, will satisfy the music video client, and he will think that's an ultra cool looking video. Usually rap artists don't give a damn about the wide open aperture. They don't need the expensive f1.4 Lumix S Pro 50mm lens. They need a shaky, nice, good looking video. They want to see themselves in the expensive clothing they wear and a nice watch or whatsoever. That's like videos that are easy, and you can do this easily. So concentrate maybe on these videos. That's way cooler in my opinion. And it's cheap and easy, and maybe I make also a tutorial on how to do music videos. And what I would also change in the beginning is my mindset. Of course, are you a beginner and you don't have so much experience, but I wouldn't necessarily behave like this. I would also not fake my knowledge. I would not say, well, let's see, I'm here this ultra professional guy, even though I have no experience whatsoever. But I would be a little bit more confident, because in the beginning I was very anxious and afraid before a shoot, and clients saw this. And when you are in front of your client nervous and they see you fiddle around with the camera and you don't know what you do, then the client gets nervous anyway, and he thinks immediately after this, well, that video cannot look good, and he is then 100% not so satisfied with the video because you looked ridiculous behind the camera, because you don't have any knowledge at all and you don't know what to do. Even try it in front of the mirror, how you look behind the camera, because the client, when you do an interview, he sees what you do. The client will look behind the camera, and if you then look like this looking okay and blah blah blah, the client will notice everything. So be confident behind the camera. Make occasionally a little, that looks good, and look on the screen and say, well, that looks amazing, even though the shot looks okay. But let your client from time to time know, well, that's a nice looking image. And if you have a nice looking image, then show it him. Show on the screen of a camera, say him, well, that looks nice because of cinematic settings and blah blah blah, nice light shadow proportions or whatsoever. Be confident behind the camera. Be like Michael Bay behind the camera. No, not seriously, but you know what I mean. If you like this video, I hope you learned something from this video. Then if you have any questions, I read every comment. I love to read comments. I find this ultra cool that you comment on my videos. My name is Paul. I'm a German filmmaker. I earn my living with my camera. See you in the next video.